Now, my whole life teaching, you know, haven't liked rows of chairs, like glad we got around this way. And also insisted on everybody knowing each other. Now, do you all know each other yet? Some of you know some of them, right? And the other thing that might fit with that, I don't know if we want to take time to do all that. I suspect we do, maybe. But that would also be an occasion to, I figured you must be here in this room because you want to continue to talk Jesus and or Bible in its connection. Yeah, is that right? So it would help me then to go around, and, you know, Ann's already got us started with Village and then the continuation of that movement. And let's add this, and I know it always happens when I start talking about about Jesus and start working with biblical material, because, you know, as Chet said the other day, it's been genetically modified, or as I said the other day, you know, it's been often functioned as an imperial text. You know, we need to sort of critically dig a little bit to maybe get at what we want to get at in that text. And so sometimes when I'm talking, I'm forgetting I've got a kind of a license that other people don't have. If you're serving a church and you've got to preach this stuff, then you just can't start talking empire. You just can't start talking, in political terms right off. So I want to hear from that and hear sort of where the problems are that we need to give attention to, and adjust our language and so forth and so on. So would it be okay simply to sort of go around and, you know, you could give your name real quick, and if you have a particular thing you'd like to make sure we discuss, toss that out ever so briefly. DC? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess my biggest concern is, I'm buying about 75% of what you're saying and lecturing, what you're saying in books. But talking about this in local church, this sounds like a different religion to them. It's that different.
Yeah.
And how to begin to break down that barrier and open up minds, I'm pretty clueless, really.
Yeah, okay, good.
Could you introduce yourself?
Oh, Paul Verdine, and I'm the co-coordinator of Seville DC Metro in DC. I have Lutheran and Presbyterian affiliations.
Good.
I'm a layman.
That's very good, yeah.
Peter Harrison from Manchester, England. I'm a lay reader in Anglican Church, retired GP. And I second very much what you say. I find in our church, people's religious development stopped when they were somewhere in their 20s, and they don't want to be challenged for a fresh interpretation. And you're disturbing and rocking their equilibrium if you try and do it.
Yeah.
I'm Brian McIntosh from Canada, Toronto, and Ched said that we need to reduce the gap between the seminary, the sanctuary, and the street. And in our recovery of a prophetic ministry, I think we need to find the courage to speak from the pulpit what we're hearing here.
Yeah.
And how do we do that?
Yeah, okay, so how we can speak prophetically from the pulpit, yeah.
I'm John Narver from Seattle, and probably unlike most people in the room, I'm a layperson, and I'm just interested in more substantive treatment of the gospel. And I found that in your talk, and I'm here to hear more.
Okay.
My name is Allison Narver, and I'm from Seattle as well. I'm also a layperson. I'm a theater director in the United States, and I'm very interested in your discussions of narrative and context and storytelling.
Your dad told me about it.
There's some
other gentleman.
usually does.
Cabby Tennis told you about it.
My name is Mark Arbisi. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm a clergy person, and among the many things that upset me in the 21st century church is the fact that so many people believe that politics does not belong in the pulpit. So I'd love to hear more on how to feed them the medicine that they so desperately need but don't know they need.
Yeah.
I'm Jill Vanderkin. I'm from the States, Wisconsin, and I'm here to listen to you. I'm Deborah Vandazandi, retired teacher, retired Christian Ed coordinator, and I wonder, how could you do this with the children? Because learning starts there, and the falsehoods start there.
Yeah. How to do it with children. By the way, if you see me doing this, my sister's on my case to get her aid. Sorry, I'm using my hands.
I'm over here doing this.
Yeah, okay.
My name is Alan Scheid. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, layperson. Worked overseas as a Catholic lay missioner in Latin America. Became really enthused through liberation theology and the reading of the scriptures among the poor in Latin America. So I love, you know, I loved your sessions, and I like to get kind of refresh myself in terms of the biblical, you know, scholarship. But I'm always thinking in the back of my head, how can we do something in our parish? I think there's a lot of freedom to do things if we can come up with ideas. And I guess I'm sort of interested, how do we, as some of what was said before, how do we bring people into this without scaring them off, or just not being interested in it? You know, how do we bring them into it?
Hi, I'm Bill Walker from World Vision Australia, from Melbourne in Australia. I'm working for World Vision. My work is really about empowering sort of marginalised people at a local level to actually change their situation, so bottom-up change really. And so I'm interested in sort of theological resources and theological reflection on that kind of work in a host of different settings in different countries.
And I'm Randy Irvson from Seattle, and a member of St. Mark's, and I'm a lawyer, and I'm interested in your concept of empire more, learning more about that.
Isaac Miller, retired Episcopal priest from Philadelphia. I'm one of those folks that grew up in the civil rights movement and all of this kind of business. And I suspect that I'm here simply to get more resources to keep that kind of tradition alive and going, because by my lights, the struggle is not over. And I think I'm also here with a real concern about young people, teenagers, and the place that they find themselves. I think the fact that young people more and more need to define the kind of meaning, find the kind of meaning in their lives that this kind of work and this kind of struggle offers, because God knows there's a lot of chaos out there for them.
I'm Bob Maynard. I'm a retired United Methodist minister, but I have been camping out with the Presbyterians for the last 30 years. And I'm from Lexington, Kentucky, USA.
My name is Oddvar Bjørge, coming from Norway. And first, thank you for your first lecture. It was very interesting and eye-opening. I would like to know more about how to read the gospel from within the empire. And as very much feeling or realizing I'm part of the empire and busy within the empire. And how do we read the gospel?
Yeah, that's good. Many of us here, right in the belly of the beast. Yeah.
Zorbi from Palestine. I work with the civil society, and I'm concerned about justice, peace, and rights. And I wonder, do we need, when we talk about these issues, we need liberation theology or liberation from theology?
My name is Gyrid Gunnes. I'm an ordained minister in the Lutheran Church in Norway. One of the reasons why I came to this conference was to listen to you, because I read your books during my theology studies. And I would very much like to know how you would relate to the term kyriarchy, that biblical scholar Elizabeth Schisler Fiorenza uses. And is that a term that could replace the term empire, or do you think it adds something, or are they, do they mean the same?